Well, hello again and welcome to another Hyperion morning. How you doing out there? Happy Thursday. Welcome to it. Thursday morning. Hopefully your week has been excellent so far. Hopefully things are going well for you. We're over the hump, on our way. The weekend's almost here. Couldn't be more excited about it. Good morning, Marianne. Thanks for joining us this morning. So happy to have you here. So happy to have you here. Thank you. Thank you for coming along on this journey as we just try and share some smiles, some positivity during the mornings to kind of get your day started. I know it's early, even here on the East Coast. It's 6:30-ish. A little late today. A lot of stuff to get to today. I'm a little late today, but it's 6:30-ish. Still early. Anywhere else outside of maybe if you're in Europe or whatever, it's still pretty early. You're probably going to watch this later. Hopefully you do. Always hope if you can't catch us live every morning that you're checking us out later in the day because we can all use a little bit of positivity and hopefully I provide some smiles, maybe even a laugh here and there. Doing my best. I'm not going to say that I'm a particular funny guy, but if I can get you to chuckle every once in a while, like I said, more importantly, get you to smile, then I'm pretty happy about it. So again, welcome to it. It is Thursday, March 27th, 2025. Fantastic day, almost the weekend. And man, was it a big day yesterday for Disney news, particularly Walt Disney World, especially. Like it was crazy yesterday. A lot of stuff to talk about. So let's go ahead and get to it. We're going to start with, we now know when the new shows at Disney's Hollywood Studios at Walt Disney World are going to be opening. They are on May 27th. That is for The Little Mermaid, a musical adventure, and Disney Villains, Unfairly Ever After, a couple shows that we've been looking forward to, are very excited for. We're already trying to make some plans for when we can get out there and possibly see those shows. It will not be on May 27th. I'll tell you that right now, but hopefully somewhere within maybe the next weekend or the next week after that, we will see. We're still trying to figure that out, but very, very excited to see these shows. Let's talk a little bit about A Little Mermaid, a musical adventure. That theater has been closed since the pandemic. Not that that's all gone away, but since it was really, really under lockdown and everything, that's been closed since then. Now they've been redoing it, reimagining this show apparently, and sounds like it's going to be great. They're going to have the songs the songs you love, Under the Sea, Part of Your World, songs that have been a part of this show in the past or the previous version of this show, and they're also going to add some new songs. Some you may know, some you may not. Not new to the stage is what they say. Daughters of Triton and Kiss the Girl. Yeah, very excited. Can't wait to see that show. Other show that I'm even more excited to see. I mean, I love The Little Mermaid, and I'll be there and I'll be singing along. So I beg please bear with me if you're sitting next to me. I apologize in advance. But yeah, this show, Disney Villains, Unfairly Ever After, I'm really, really excited about because love the villains and can't wait to see what they come up with for this phenomenal show that's going to be apparently hosted by the likes of Cruella de Vil, Captain Hook, Maleficent, but you're going to see things from, looks like a ton of different villains. There's so many great Disney villains and just couldn't be more excited to find out what they come up with and how this show is going to be. And I'm sure it'll be slightly scary, not so scary, but you know what I'm talking about. But I'm sure there'll be some humor in it as well, because some of these Disney villains will crack you up at times. It should be fascinating. I'm sure they're going to tell the tale of why they've been looked upon under the wrong light, that, we're good when it's all said and done. We're just looking at us the wrong way. Can't wait to find out what that show is all about. So again, both those shows, May 27th. Other things that are happening. Well, apparently Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, that is going to be shutting down here soon for a bit of a refurb, which is good. And it looks like they're finally going to bring along something that has been happening at Disneyland in California for a long time, whereas that the blasters will actually be detachable from the actual ride vehicle, which has always been a big difference and a little bit tougher to deal with. Now you'll be able to take them and put them in your hand and shoot where you need to shoot. So that's a good advancement, if nothing else, because I always liked it better with Disneyland's version of it than I do Walt Disney World's version. But yeah, it's going to refresh the whole thing around. Apparently, there's going to be a new robot that's going to greet you and kind of, as you can see in the photo here, kind of show you how things are done and get you into this attraction. Looks like it's going to be fun, and very excited for the refresh for that attraction for sure. What else are we talking about? Well, there are going to be a lot more family things coming up here this summer, including there's going to be some family zones in Tomorrowland and in Storybook Circus, excuse me, where they're going to have some kid zones there, including Stitch in Tomorrowland, which totally makes sense because Lilo and Stitch is coming out this summer. So not that everybody loves Stitch already, but with the live action Lilo and Stitch coming out as well, even more reason for him to be out there. But more places for families to have some fun, for kids to have some fun, some interaction. There's going to be apparently more characters in the park very, very early. So if you're staying on Disney property and you get that early entry, there'll be you can rope drop. It sounds like you'll be able to rope drop some character experiences, some photos. And I think that's cool because sometimes, you rope drop track, especially if you've been there a while, if you're visiting parks twice, maybe the first time you rope drop, you're going and doing some of the more popular attractions. Maybe the next time you just want to get some great pictures with some of these characters and not have to wait in super long lines. I think that's phenomenal. If that's the case, that's great. Also at the likes of Art of Animation, Pop Century, Caribbean Beach Resort, and the Wilderness Lodge, they say they're going to open up many more family-friendly activities at those resorts and post when characters will be appearing. It used to be like you just have to walk through the lobby and you never know when you might see some characters there. A bunch of them, sometimes they would be around. But now they're going to actually post times when they're there. So even more of a possibility of getting some great photos with these characters. And then over at Communicore Hall, once Flower and Garden wraps up June 2nd, apparently Goofy is taking over Communicore Hall, which is great because, man, love me some Goofy. But yeah, and apparently they're going to have a lot of family-friendly activities there. They say it's going to be the ultimate kind of game and dance party going on in Communicore Hall. Can't wait to see how that turns out. Anyway, that begins on June 2nd. And if you're thinking about going to any of these, there are some great ticket offers as well. 50% off kids tickets running from where this all begins, May 27th through September 20th. That needs to be a 3-day ticket or longer. Again, ages 3 through 9, kids tickets, 50% off. They also have a deal on 3-day, 3-park tickets. That is $89 per day. That runs from April 6th through September 22nd. Sorry if I'm looking down. I'm looking at my notes here because I want to get these right. There's also free dining if you're staying in a Disney resort, 4-day park hopper tickets, 4-night stay. And there's also 30% off possible resort stays, depending on when you're staying and, of course, what resort you're staying at. Lots of great deals this summer if you're planning a trip to Walt Disney World. If you've already booked a trip to Walt Disney World, by the way, and haven't made your final payment yet, you can still change it to some of these deals if they work better for you. Do the math. Talk to your certified Disney vacation planner if you use one, but whatever. We'll look through those deals and see if there's something that's better for you, because you can, up to your final payment date, make changes to your trip package. So definitely do that. You'll want to make sure you do that because great deals. What else are we talking about on this day? Oh, I almost forgot this. How can I forget this? I spent a good part of the day yesterday dealing with this. We received news on what the Avengers Doomsday cast, at least what looks like most of it, was going to be. I'm not sure if there's going to be. I really have a feeling that we didn't get everything here. Like they didn't just dump every cast member on, but it's hard to believe they didn't, because they announced 27 different cast members for Avengers Doomsday coming up here in a few years. They're just starting production now on it, but it was pretty interesting to watch. Not really, but yes, at the same time, yes, which is funny because I was at work yesterday, and excuse me, my boss, if you're watching this, I just took a break, was eating my apple in my break, and I noticed that this Marvel announcement was coming on. There's a little video. I'm like, okay, well, let's check this out. What's this Marvel announcement? And they walked in and they put a chair down. It's Chris Hemsworth. I'm like, wow, is Chris Hemsworth going to talk with us? Is he going to announce something cool that's going on with Marvel? Chris Hemsworth is Thor. Let's check it out. 10 minutes pass, and then they put it on another chair. And that is, another part of the cast. And then this continued on. I put my phone down, put it away from me, just kept the video running, had my earpiece in. Normally I'm listening to music at work because I that's how I can listen to some music. I'm just alone in my office. Sometimes someone comes up to the window, I'll take the earpiece out, whatever, and answer the phones. It doesn't disturb me, but it is a way to kind of get through the day. But I was listening to this. So every 10 to 15 minutes, somewhere in between there, a little piece of music would play and they would release another chair. And it's so funny because there's these long periods of nothing going on. You're just staring at these chairs. And then there'd be this excitement of who are they going to announce next? And I thought this was only going to go on for a short time. It went on for 5.5 hours. 5.5 hours. It was insane. It was the most bored and the most excited I think I've been at the same time, because every time they make an announcement, I'm like, who's coming out? But what an incredible cast. Some of the main people, Ant-Man, Thor, Captain America, the new Captain America, Shang-Chi, so many amazing, pretty much all the Fantastic Four, the Thunderbolts movie coming out soon. Interesting stuff. The X-Men, the original X-Men, the Fox X-Men, most of that cast will be appearing apparently in this movie. 27 in all, capped off with, spoiler alert, Robert Downey Jr. walking in at the end with the Avengers theme, and what it sounded like to me, like a new version of the Avengers theme. The classic one, but with some new nuance to it. Fantastic, phenomenal. I know it was weird and at times extremely boring for most of it, but man, there was also a level of excitement as it went on. Really, really fascinating. I saw somebody compare it to the NFL draft, but for Marvel, and I couldn't agree more. That's kind of the way I feel about the NFL draft. There's nothing going on for a long time, and then a name is announced. You're like, oh, cool. And that was exactly the way this kind of went for me. So anyway, that was really, really fun. Really, really fun yesterday. Very excited for this film. And I do believe that we didn't get everything. I believe that they didn't want to spoil everything. That maybe there's some people that aren't going to get significant parts, or maybe they are. I don't know. But I feel like there's going to be even more characters in this film. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, lots of fun. So what else are we talking about on this day? Well, it is baseball opening day today. Welcome to it. I'm excited. Major League Baseball opening day. Always a great, fantastic day. Every team full of hope. You don't know what your team's going to do this season. Hopefully it's a long run, but you never know. But either way, it's a beautiful day. And of course, me, I'm from San Diego. I'm a Padres fan. I will be rooting for the Padres today, and I will be rooting for the Padres all the way through the season. So hoping they have a wonderful, successful season this year. But hopefully, no matter what team you root for, unless you're playing my Padres, hoping they have a wonderful, successful season. But enjoy it. Enjoy it. Fun day, baseball opening day, all full of hope and excitement throughout the country. Couldn't be more thrilled for that. Maybe baseball isn't your thing. Well, how about today is also World Theater Day, although I would call baseball pretty good theater. But maybe if you're more of a thespian, or you enjoy that kind of work, maybe you get out and go see a play, go see a musical, go visit your local theater and check it out, especially if you have some local companies that are like community theaters. Those are great to support, and you get some surprisingly good shows at community theater, because there's often a lot of great talent that is just in your community that appears at these, and maybe they'll be up and coming, and you never know. They may be starting off here and moving to bigger shows, touring companies, possibly even some of the big shows on Broadway and so forth. Always great to check out your local theater, and especially today on World Theater Day. All today is also a day for art, or at least scribbly art, which is always fun because that's the only art I make. National Scribble Day, and if you were to see my notes that I have for today, I'm taking part in National Scribble Day because you wouldn't be able to read them. Michelle came in here once, was doing a show, was just like, "How can you read those notes?" Like, I just do. National Scribble Day, mostly just having fun with scribbly art. Today, a lot of kids do scribbly art, and that's fun. We put them all up on the fridge. It's all good. It's all enjoyable. So today's a day to celebrate that. as it is every day for National Scribbly Art or Scribble Day. What else are we talking about? Well, this is something I'm totally on board for. It's a food day, and today is National Spanish Paella Day. And man, am I a fan of paella. You put some paella on the menu, I'm probably going to be interested in it because, man, I do love it. Spanish paella, usually seafood. Sometimes there's some sausage in there, maybe even a little chicken occasionally, but usually mostly based on seafood. It's a rice dish, usually tomatoes, herbs, spice. Usually there's a little bit of heat in there too. I love paella, and so does Marianne. I don't blame you, man. Good paella, really, really good. I did when we were catering once. We did a wedding where we were making paella on the site at a big old burner in a huge pan. It was like I don't know. It was like a 2.5, 3 foot pan that we were making paella right in the middle of the reception. And it was a big hit there. I love the crispy rice at the bottom when you get some of that. So good. Usually there's saffron in there, which is the most expensive spice in the world, but man, adds such a wonderful flavor. Really, really good stuff. Love paella, and if you can get some paella today, it is the day for it. So enjoy it. Enjoy it. Hey, if it's your birthday today, a very happy birthday to you. Again, it is March 27th. Here are some of the amazing people that you celebrate your birthday with. How about great director, screenwriter, author, Quentin Tarantino? He turned 62 today, born on this day in 1963. He's won a couple Academy Awards, 4 Golden Globe Awards. You know his films, Pulp Fiction, Django Unchained, Kill Bill, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So many great films. I'll be honest with you. His films aren't my cup of tea, but I totally respect him. I totally respect what he's done. And I know a lot of people love his films, and I can't deny that. That's for sure. Just never been my thing, but I totally, I know he's got a big fan base, and a lot of people love his films, and I get it. How about somebody not everybody's cup of tea, but man, it seems to be around Christmas time. Mariah Carey, she turns 56 today, born on this day in 1969. Of course, most well known nowadays for All I Want for Christmas Is You. She's like the queen of Christmas nowadays. But you know, she's had a long career even before that. Vision of Love. It's an amazing song. 5-time Grammy Award winner. Just amazing things on the charts. Mariah Carey, she's a phenomenal singer. How about a great actor, Nathan Fillion? He turns 54 today, born on this day in 1976. Currently, he's on TV in The Rookie. He's been in Castle. I loved him in Firefly, the short-lived sort of sci-fi Western series. Loved him in that. But yeah, he's a great actor. Singer from the Black Eyed Peas, Fergie. She turns 50 today, born on this day in 1975. Of course, from the Black Eyed Peas. Also, I know, Marianne, Firefly, right? Too short. I wish they would bring it back, reimagine it, bring it back. Firefly was so good. Anyway, back to Fergie. Black Eyed Peas, great solo career. She's won 8 Grammys during her career, but and what a phenomenal thing. She's a fantastic singer as well. And speaking of a fantastic singer and actress, Halle Bailey, you know her maybe as the live action Ariel from The Little Mermaid, but she's had a great singing career, great acting career. She turns 25 today, born on this day in 2000. So a very happy birthday to them. And again, if it's your birthday, wishing you a very happy birthday as well. All right, gonna get out of here. Everybody, please have a wonderful Thursday. It's almost Friday. You're almost there. Just get through the day. It'll be Friday, and we'll be on our way to the weekend. So as always, I like to remind you, let's do it on every day, especially a Thursday. Keep on sharing that kindness. Keep on sharing those smiles. And of course, keep on sharing that positivity. I'll be back with you tomorrow morning, 6:30 a.m. to do all those things once again. Until that time, everybody, have a magical day. Go Padres. See you later.